Every single day, the sun rises again. No matter what happened yesterday, no matter how many times the world said no, no matter how many mistakes you made, the sun rises again, and it gives you something priceless. Another chance. Another chance to become stronger. Another chance to grow. Another chance to move one step closer to the life you imagine. But here's the truth most people never realize. Your life will never change until the way you think changes. Your mind is powerful, more powerful than you may believe. Every thought you repeat, every belief you carry, every story you tell yourself is quietly shaping your future. Because the mind works like a factory, and every single day you are feeding that factory with thoughts. If you feed it doubt, it produces fear. If you feed it negativity, it produces excuses. If you feed it limits, it produces a small life. But if you feed it courage, possibility, and belief, it starts building something incredible, a stronger you. Think about this for a moment. Every great achievement that exists today, every invention, every company, every dream turned reality, started as a thought, just an idea, a vision in someone's mind. Someone once imagined flying across the sky. Someone imagined connecting the world through technology. Someone imagined turning their passion into a life mission. And the world told them the same thing it tells everyone. That's impossible. But impossible is just a word used by people who stopped trying. History is full of people who failed, athletes who lost, entrepreneurs who went broke, artists who were rejected, dreamers who were laughed at. Yet they kept going because they understood something powerful. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of the process. Every setback teaches something. Every mistake builds experience. Every challenge strengthens character. And the people who eventually succeed are simply the ones who refuse to quit. Think about your own life for a moment. How many dreams did you stop chasing because someone said you couldn't? How many ideas did you bury because you were afraid of being judged? How many opportunities did you ignore because you doubted yourself? The truth is, most people never fail at their dreams. They quit before the dream even has a chance. They shrink their goals. They play small. They settle for a life that feels safe, but not fulfilling. But deep inside, there is still a voice, a quiet voice that whispers, there is more potential, more impact, more life waiting to be lived. That voice exists for a reason. It's the part of you that knows you were meant for something greater. And sometimes, the biggest obstacle standing between you and your future is simply the person you are today. Because success is not only about achieving something, it's about becoming someone. Someone disciplined, someone focused, someone willing to grow. Every dream requires a new version of you, a stronger mindset, better habits, more resilience. And the moment you decide to evolve, your life begins to change. Not overnight, but step by step, day by day, thought by thought. Because transformation doesn't begin with luck. It begins with a decision to stop doubting yourself, a decision to stop waiting for the perfect moment, and a decision to finally take control of your life. The moment you decide to take control of your life, everything begins to shift. Not because the world suddenly becomes easier, not because obstacles disappear, but because you become stronger. You begin to see challenges differently. You begin to respond differently. You begin to believe differently. And belief is powerful, Because the moment you truly believe something is possible, your mind starts searching for ways to make it real. You begin learning new skills, you begin building new habits, you begin stepping outside of your comfort zone. And that is where growth begins. Not inside comfort, not inside routine, but in the moments where things feel uncertain, where things feel difficult, where you are not sure if you can do it. Those moments are not signs to quit, they are signs that you are moving forward. Think about the strongest people you know, the most successful entrepreneurs, the most respected leaders, the most inspiring athletes. None of them had an easy journey. They struggled, they failed, they faced doubt from the world, and sometimes even doubt from themselves. But they kept going. They woke up early when motivation was gone. They practiced when no one was watching. They worked when others were sleeping. Because success is rarely about talent. It's about consistency. It's about showing up again and again, long after excitement fades. There will be days when progress feels invisible, days when it seems like nothing is working, days when quitting feels easier than continuing. But those are the days that define your future, because the difference between people who succeed and people who stop trying is persistence. One more attempt, one more lesson, one more step forward. And remember this, your journey is not a race against anyone else. It is a journey of becoming more disciplined, becoming more patient, becoming more courageous. Because the greatest transformation in life is not the money you earn, not the titles you gain, not the recognition you receive. It is the person you become along the way. The person who once doubted themselves becomes confident. The person who once feared failure becomes fearless. The person who once hesitated becomes unstoppable. And suddenly, the life that once seemed impossible begins to appear within reach. Not because it was easy, but because you refused to give up. Imagine where your life could be 1 year from now if you committed today. Imagine the skills you could build, the opportunities you could create, the people you could inspire. All from one decision, one commitment, one promise to yourself. A promise that no matter how difficult the road becomes, you will keep moving forward. A promise that fear will not control your choices. A promise that you will chase your purpose with everything you have. Because this life is your opportunity to create, your opportunity to grow, your opportunity to leave something meaningful behind. And years from now, when you look back at this moment, you will not remember the fear. You will not remember the doubt. You will remember the decision. The decision to believe in yourself. The decision to pursue your dreams. The decision to become the person you were always capable of becoming. So take the step. Start the project. Learn the skill. Build the vision. And most importantly, never stop growing. Because the future you imagine, the life you dream about, the impact you want to make, is waiting on the other side of your courage. So go forward with belief, go forward with discipline, go forward with purpose, and create the life that only you were meant to live.